Hey, what's up,
Hi,
everybody?
everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Kerri.
Yep.
This was Jesse.
Yes.
He was supposed to say that.
Well, I'm getting there. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day out there to everybody. That's what I was rushing around.
His son decided to come visit right before the live stream hit. I was like, I want you to stay, but we got to go downstairs.
My son has impeccable timing. He was going to come on and make a little cameo and say who he was, but he got nervous.
He decided not to. They've got plenty of visits, though. Welcome, Bigfoot Fish Tanks and ScienceGal Aquatics. Muppet 929 is here. I have my contacts in, so I can't see.
Yeah, I'm going to let her read for a while just because it's funny to watch her eyes go up and down and go,
Oh, Amber's here.
Hey, what's up? What's
Happy
going on?
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it's been a good day.
Mm-hmm. We haven't done a whole lot today.
No, been a busy day. Still recouping.
Still a little tired. I put all my energy into Aquashella and I didn't come back with anything left in the tank.
Yeah, she put her energy into Aquashella. I did too, and we'll talk more about Aquashella in a little bit. And then as soon as we got back, I had to dive right into the old farm boy stuff.
Hey.
So all week it's been square bales, not round bales for me, folks.
Patty's here. Welcome, Patty.
Hey, what's going on, Patty?
Yeah, when we left, it was like pretty nice weather. It was like 75, 80, pretty nice. We come back from Aquashella, it's like 102 here. I was like, I almost think it's worse here. Let's go back to Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And then I feel bad for him because then he had to go right to work. And then after work, did hay till like midnight in the heat. And I just edited.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had Monday on the way back. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We had one little hiccup after another.
On the way back. On the way there was smooth sailing. The only thing that happened on the way there was in the security line,
the bomb dog decided my feet smelled like a bomb.
I was like, and the guy was like, what did he say? Like, he likes you or something.
Yeah, he was like, the dog picked you, man.
I was like, we don't even have like anything except our ID. But that was kind of funny. But other than that, it was almost, I kept telling him the whole trip, I'm like, this is abnormally smooth. Like, we have had no hiccups. We got to the airport on time. We checked our luggage in. Everything was good. We had the bomb dog incident. Then, like, we didn't get to sit together on the plane. But when we got there, our luggage came out first. Like, and
Dave.
We packed our ring light. So we used my ring light at the booth. And the ring light didn't get broken.
Hey, KG. What's going on?
Thank you for being here.
Kerri's got me sporting the shirt today.
Yeah, this is the shirt that Jess from Maine's First Tails and Fin got me. I'm sporting the new one. I like to collect them. This is the only one I didn't have. So I told Jesse this is the only time he can wear it. It was on today's live stream. And then we're going to frame it. But I was doing so good. I didn't spill anything. Except at the very end, I spilled my Red Bull on Flip Aquatics' booth, like at the very end when we were packing up. And I grabbed my shirt. He was like, not the shirt. I'm like, I'll sacrifice the shirt. So now I want to keep the Red Bull stains on it just because it's an extra memory.
Hey, Furlough. How's it going?
Hi, Furlough.
Yeah. Anyway, we just jumped right back into it. I jumped right back into work. And I got a crazy drive in the morning, couple hours, work all day, turn around, couple hours back, and straight into the hay. Luckily, my son helped me with it.
There's one day you had a lot of help, and you got done really early.
Yeah, but we put up over every night, round total, we did 1,400 square bales. And then I'd turn around and go back to work the next day. So
3G's here. Welcome.
I was totally spent.
He was worn out. And I was just like, Aquashella this and Aquashella that. And he's like, I'm tired.
And then trying to get back to the tanks around us has just been a...
Yeah, we're not going to talk about my fish tanks today. No, we should talk about the fish tanks. Everything looks good. Everything is doing really good. But my mom watched the fish tanks and she decided everything really needed to be fed twice a day very well. So we're still in the process of cleaning up the tanks, but she tried, and I appreciate that. And nothing passed away or anything. They're just a little dirty.
Oh, yeah.
But we've had a catastrophe. We got back. Oh, this is in the next video after, no, the second one coming out. But you guys, since you're here, you'll get the lowdown. You get the exclusive. But when we got back from Aquashella, one of her dogs, I thought, got snake bit because we found a dead snake in the yard, and her whole back end was raw, and I was like freaking out. And the vet had too many other emergencies to see her, so it took me 3 days to get her in. But thankfully, it wasn't a snake bite. They said it was a hot spot, but I guess because we left and Mom watched the puppies at her house because we were trying to wean them, I guess she got stressed out. So she is now she's doing lots better. We got her on the right stuff she needed, and she's healing up great. But what else happened?
Oh, laundry list. I'll hit the high points. You'll have to stay tuned. Hey, Danica, you have to stay tuned for all the videos that are coming out.
Well, yeah,
and a lot of them are just.
It's been 6 minutes, and I'm like
disaster videos, pretty much.
And this was all within like 5 minutes of walking in the door. We saw Misha.
Basement was halfway flooded into the other room
because the air conditioner was leaking, and we kind of thought maybe when we left, but
so that started my.
So we were shop vacuuming the basement for a while, and the air conditioner drip pan or whatever it was, I don't know.
Well, the way the basement's set up, there's a sump for the water to go out, and that wasn't working properly, and the catch pan before it runs into there was plugged up with a little bit of dirt, causing a problem. So one thing led to another, and problems compounded, and we had a really wet floor.
Yeah.
That long story short.
Crystal's here. Welcome, Crystal. Welcome. Well, speaking, before we even got home at the airport, we had great company in the Uber, but the Uber ride itself was not as nice as the first one. And I noticed when we were getting to the airport, I was like, this looks a lot like arrivals, not departures, but we'll go with it, you know? And so we got out, we're like, yeah, we're not the right spot.
Me and John figured it out.
Yeah, you guys figured it out. We eventually caught up. But then we rushed, we found it. We got in some line we thought was where we checked our bags, but come to find out it was like someone that they worked for. It was like a side company, but we gave them whatever tip they wanted because they took care of all of our luggage, and it was great. And then we rushed, and then we had an hour delay. So we were like, fine, whatever. But then I was sitting there, and the plane was full. There's no seats together again. I just figured. So we went ahead and I paid for us to upgrade to the A class, the A section on Southwest, so we could get on first, so I could sit next to you this time. Because
we were both tired, so we basically did this. I
just want to sit next to you so I can sleep.
We basically slept.
Yeah, so we got back a little late, and then when we went to find our car, we found our car because we were kind of nervous. We couldn't really remember where we parked our car. We went to leave, and we got locked in because the card thing went and scanned, so we had to call management. And she's like, what parking lot are you in? I was like, I don't know, the $20 a day one. So they eventually found us to let us out of parking, so then we could leave the airport to go home. And then we found the air conditioner and our dog and the well-fed fish. Our fish were very well fed. So it was just like, I'm pooped. But all is well. All is well. It was
Bigfoot wants his coffee cup back. Kerri actually got me that coffee cup. It works awesome, hot and cold.
For Christmas. I got it at Academy Sports.
I love that cup.
Mm-hmm. He talks about it all the time.
Oh, Furlough going to reptile show. That's awesome.
Sounds fun.
No, we met a lot of great people at Aquashella to get back on topic of today.
There's a lot to talk about. We're like, I don't even know where to start. Yeah, go back to Aquashella. It was more fun.
Setup day. I mean, walked in.
Mm-hmm.
John and Lisa were already there.
They were the first people we saw when we walked into the convention center. I was like, I'm meant to be here.
Awesome. I'm telling you, just great people. Great people to be around. Very smart, knowledgeable.
They invited us on their live chat.
Yeah, just really cool people.
I don't remember what I said because I was in like, can't believe I'm talking to Lisa and John that I need to watch it back again so I even know what it said.
Really cool people. And then we started getting everything set up for the booth, and it is always just fun. You just never know who's going to stop by, who you're going to talk to. We
didn't have as much to set up this time because more people live around Chicago, so we had like the aquascaping and the bug eating and everything in Chicago last time. And I think we're going to do something like that in Chicago again because it's closer to people. They don't have to fly in with all that stuff. But considering we had like convention rust, we hadn't done it for a while, it went really, our setup was really smooth and relatively simple. So then we just started helping people.
Yeah. And yes, Crystal, we are going to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions, that's in the chat. Yeah. Just throw them out there. I'll read them. I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge, or I'll pass them over to somebody smarter than me. I'll try to find that person in the room. It might be around the corner.
It's probably our kids. They know the answer to everything.
But no, Kerri will be able to answer them properly if I can't. But no, the setup was awesome. Lucas showed up, and that was, to me, that was one of the coolest coming together of YouTube people to me.
Yeah.
John, me, Ed, James from Fish Room Fever. We all just went out the back.
We found a cart.
I snagged a cart.
We're like, no one's around, so Lucas needs this. Thank you. We'll return it in.
I acquired a cart. And yeah, we unloaded his van for him, pushed everything in, and then let him kind of do his own thing, set it up however he wanted, but helped him with the heavy lifting as best we could to get everything started for him.
Yeah, once we help him carry in stuff, he knows, he takes over. He knows how to set up how he wants, but we'll help him as much as we can. And then we just went around and be like, you need help? You need help? And you help carry in a big old tank.
Yeah, me and Joe from Joe's Shrimp Shack. Yeah, we carried a big old rimless tank. That was interesting. That was fun. There's just so many just different little, just getting to talk to everybody, the vendors and everything beforehand. And believe it or not, everybody is so approachable and just everybody's normal people. Everyone's excited to get past everything that's happened over the last year. That it's just amazing.
It was fun. The hotel was nice too. I'm sure you guys have heard all about it already from many different people, but it was quite something.
Oh yeah, I just can't believe how much they had inside under roof.
Yes. There is so much to look at. Just the whole weekend was a blur because there was just so much to look at. And I still didn't get to look at everything in it because I stayed kind of around the fish tube booth. There's like kind of the circle around because I was helping, like, I found a water fountain to help refill some water bottles. I was on the hunt for a microwave, and I finally found one the very last day when I didn't need it anymore. But yeah, I was just kind of helping.
Well, that was probably, in my opinion, the only thing that wasn't kind of covered either by the Gaylord people or by the Aquashella people on kind of figuring out and determining is they didn't have any type of food vending or even drink service inside the facility.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think everything, the venue was huge, big enough, plenty big enough for everything. And I mean, even at max capacity, the way it was, because it was completely sold out Saturday for sure. Sunday was still really packed, but Saturday was crazy packed. But you did have room to move around. You were not.
You had a lot more room.
Shoulder to shoulder, which is
Patrick. Hi, welcome.
Which is what I like, because I don't like to be crammed in there like sardines in a can. So
yeah, we had a lot more space to move around. But it just goes by so fast that you're like, oh, I'll have time to do that. Oh, I'll have time to do that. And then you don't have time to do that.
No. Well, I had plenty of time. But I also was meandering around and talking to a lot more people. And just seeing what I could see and what I could find.
Thank you, Furlough. You're pretty cool too. And so is Dory.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Yeah, because I was talk about Furlough. They're like, I think he said he was tired. They were doing something. They were busy doing something. I was like, okay, well, I'll catch you tomorrow. And then I heard my name like I don't know, an hour ago. We were chit-chatting. And I was like, oh my gosh, hi. So then we showed them around the convention when there was just everybody was gone. I think the lights were off. And I think Mike from Aqua Pros was still hanging around setting up his stickers. I was like, hey, meet him. Hi.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, people.
Well, and there's going to be so many, even in this stream, there's going to be so many people I do not shout out and say, and I apologize. I really, really do. And that's just because I'm horrible.
My biggest thing I wish I could have changed about like what I did is I wish I would have gotten to know some of the saltwater channels better before I went. Because I was trying to get everybody together for the big group picture at the YouTube booth. And I was trying my hardest to figure out who the saltwater YouTubers were. Because I know that once I go down the rabbit hole, I'm going to want one. And I haven't. And I regret not doing more nosedive into the saltwater side before Aquashella so I can really try to invite more of the saltwater people into the YouTube picture, or at least into because there's always like this gap between saltwater and freshwater at these shows, and we're trying to like come over.
The divided line. It's like the equator.
I feel like it's getting better, but I really need to take the time to get to know more saltwater people because I do not know them.
Yeah, and if anybody that's already in the chat has a favorite saltwater person
that I can get hooked on,
hook up with and talk to, yeah, that's going to be.
I just
need
to make an effort because I know there's some big names there, and the superstars in my life are freshwater people. But I really want to. I don't want anybody to feel like they're not invited to be in the picture. So I was going around everybody I could possibly see and be like, "Come to the picture at 7."
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But I would run into, I ran into Caleb at just walking around the show. And I was like, hey, there's a lot of people I didn't even know were there until after I got back. There was another guy there from St. Louis. And I was like, I had no idea. I was like, there's so many. I thought I was doing good. And I knew kind of everybody that was going to be there, what channels were going to be there. But there's so many that I just...
Well, you must be getting out there because I went outside for a quick air breather and it was Aquafunk that walked up to me.
Yeah.
It was like, what's going on, man? I was like, oh, yeah, I do know you. Okay. I was just kind of brain drained at the moment.
There's some people I recognized their voice before I saw them. I knew they were, I was like, where are you at? I can hear you. I recognize that voice. Priscilla's here. Welcome. John Larson.
Aquatics. I think my friend Jake from Reef Builders was there too. Well, cool. Like, just the main goal is for everybody to be a big community and help everybody. And it seemed this time around it really was.
Yes, everybody. It was like, I don't even know how to describe the dynamic between everybody, but it felt like we had known each other forever. And this was not our first time meeting in like person. At any time someone needed help or a question or just a chit chat or just kind of like, hey, let's go to dinner or whatever. It was just so fun. I don't know of another word to describe it. It was the camaraderie was awesome.
Yeah, it was everybody that shared similar ideas and goals, all kind of starting to work towards a purpose. And I believe it's going to get better. It's going to get a lot better. And I mean, not name dropping, just John and Lisa, that they feel the same way. They do. They want the community to be the best it can absolutely positively be. So
we had a good conversation with it, and it was just, I don't know, it was just so awesome.
Well, and I mean, and Jason and Joanne are the same way from Prime Time, that the community just needs to keep coming together the way it should be and moving our niche, so to speak, forward more into the mainstream. And that's going to take everybody, not just one person.
Sounds crazy for some reason. Saltwater aquarium is more easy than freshwater aquariums to me, Patrick Hardy said. Just never rush the saltwater setup from the beginning. That sounds like very good advice.
Yeah.
And Furlow said definitely an A+, but I'm going to tell Furlow, don't leave before dinner. I cannot find you to invite you. Stellinius is here. Welcome. Hi.
Oh, Daniel. What's going on? Yeah. Anybody that wasn't there, if there's a question, if we've seen something, anything, shout it out. I mean, there's so much stuff. I could go on and on, from products to just, I mean, the over-the-top tank, to me, their fish-wise was predatory fins. Predatory fins brought it. I don't even know what the tank size was on top.
I think it was an 800-gallon. But I could be wrong.
But just the sump for that 800-gallon was a 300.
Yeah. It had the albino turtle of some sort.
Yeah, it had the catfish. It had,
and I don't know if that was a platinum red tail catfish. I feel like maybe it could have been. And then some kind of, I guess, albino knifefish that was huge. It was just awesome. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just how they like.
Those guys came in and
it was a soft-shelled turtle.
They were prepared. They were prepared with crazy amount of stuff. And just to watch the setup of that was unreal.
Did we say hi to Colored Guppies? I can't remember.
No,
hello,
we
and
did
welcome.
not.
Daniel, welcome. Keep going. The chats are on two different speeds.
Oh, okay. Well, John's right. As the pandemic kind of ends, people will start working. YouTube, it'll drop slightly, but replay watching will go up. Oh, yeah. And it's still all about the content anyway, and just promoting the hobby in general. I mean, that's the main goal. That's why everybody's here. We're here today to talk to you.
Just kind of help avoid the pitfalls and the mistakes that I made in the beginning. If I can help someone not go through that, that would be amazing, because there's some learning curves involved when you first set up a tank, and just help avoid some of those pitfalls and get them into the hobby at different ages.
Yeah.
Whatever age they are. It's a hobby you can do at whatever age.
And well, yeah, and especially you got to look at like Dustin from Dustin's Fish Tanks. He always brings in all kinds of plants and everything, but he always does a whole segment just dedicated for the kids.
the kids aquascaping
Yeah.
contest.
Every time he always does it, and
I'm gonna go see what he needs.
and this year it was so big that he actually did 2 rounds of it, and he brings in over 20 10-gallon tanks for the kids just to skate and have a little contest, and they go nuts over it. And some of them, some of those kids skate better than I could ever even dream of. And you're talking 8, 9-year-olds. The stuff they see in their head and they can figure out what they're imagining, it's unreal. And I'm lost from the very beginning. And it was just, he's a big promoter, I know, of bringing kids into the hobby.
A hog-nosed soft shell.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's a very cool turtle.
John, yes, setting up a tank is the hardest part. Most people rush the process. Yeah, they do. And
I'm guilty of it even now.
I'd say everybody in here right now is guilty of doing it at least once in some way or another. I know I am.
Have you set up a tank on your own first off?
No.
Or have I done it?
You've done it.
So
but,
therefore
I was
have
rushing
made
you. So conversely, it was my fault.
So I have made this. See how smart he is? He makes me do it. So he's like, well, I didn't make
Yeah, but as you would say, as a woman would say, well, you were pressuring me. So see, I was the one that started it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the one that made you rush when you said no. And I said, no, it'll be all right. And you said, no, it won't. And I said, okay. And then you did it. And then you can blame me. So yeah, I just figured we'd just get through this process real quick.
There's always something.
And that's how you set up a tank too early, right there. That was the dynamic of how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
That I've already done before.
I always think I have this great plan in my head, and then sometimes they are great plans, and then other times I sit back, I'm like, they didn't make like sense. I don't know why. I thought that was a good idea, but I thought so at the time.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. From the side of the big box stores, yeah, they would love you to set up your tank just as fast as humanly possible and kill everything and come back and get some more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way they make money, but that's not what's healthy for the fish and your enjoyment either. So
yeah, that's why it takes so. It took me a long time to learn, and I still have a lot to learn. But we did move out the tubs before. I edited the video on the airplane, so I'll eventually get that out. But it's a short little video, but we did move out the rice fish tubs outside, and they are already doing better. Just instantly putting them outside. So we did do that. And the dogs haven't dug up any major holes. Sometimes they get a little lopsided because the dogs dig holes around them and you have to kind of adjust them again. But the
dogs like to lay behind them and next to them.
Hey, Greg. Welcome.
Did you say Greg or Craig?
I can't. It's probably Craig.
It would be Craig.
Well, thank you.
I see it. When you see her eyebrows go way up like that.
I'm trying to focus, you guys.
She's really concentrating on trying to read something.
I needed sunglasses on this afternoon, and so I had to wear the contacts. And once they're in, I might as well wear them. But
anyway, yeah, it's been a whirlwind.
Just a little bit. Yeah, I think those rice fish here where I live, they do tremendously well outside, not so good inside. This tank right by his shoulder has rice fish in it, and I do finally have some fry in that tank, but it's taken a while. But I started with 5, then I have 2, and now I have a few fry. But the ones outside, last year I had so many fry I didn't know what to do with. And I brought them in for the winter because I thought they were going to freeze because the tubs were smaller. And they're alive. I'll say they're alive, but they didn't fare too well.
they wintered over fine. They wouldn't have wintered over this year because of the winter we had.
Yeah, this would have been, but those tubs aren't it. Those 300-gallon tubs, they're bigger. They're just easier to keep outside year round.
But any hoot. Well, what was the only other disaster was the dog.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
She's doing lots better though. Yeah. Lots better. The puppies have just they're gotten big. Now they're fighting.
Yeah, the puppies grew while we were gone over 4 days now.
My mom watched them, and let me tell you, I was getting text messages of, when you coming home? These dogs keep escaping. She went and I told her just to get just a little playpen type thing for the puppies, and she took that into like a $400 chain links contraption for the yard. And I was like, you did not have to do that. So
thank you for a little hey surreal.
We inherited that.
I couldn't pronounce that either.
So, but they kept escaping, and she had a battle wound, and I was hoping she would adopt one, but not now.
No, after taking care of 3 of them at once, she was over it.
Yeah, when they're one-on-one, they're so cuddly adorable, but when you put 3 of them together, it's just a pile of rolling, fighting puppies.
It's a pile of fur.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. All 3 of them are boys. So.
Yeah, and the day after we got back, I had to take the daddy dog to get neutered, so he's got stitches. The mama dog had that hot spot, and then the puppies are just rambunctious. So I'm like, and then we got vet appointments next week for the puppies for their boosters. So I was like, I might as well get a job at this vet because I'm here every day.
Yes, they have the puppy teeth.
Yeah, they are.
They have the puppy teeth.
That's the reason I let Mom watch them, because I thought for sure, because the vet was like, you're winging these dogs. I'm like, I am trying. So I was like, surely if she takes them while we're at Aquashella, that'll help. That'll just be great for everybody. But Mom was very willing to give them back. She's like, I will meet you where you are at.
Well, it's
because she had the puppies, and then she had our long-haired Chihuahua too. And then she had my kiddo. Then she was coming over here twice a day to feed the fish and the rabbit and check on the cat. So she had a lot on her plate, and she helped me out a lot during this trip. But she was ready for me to come home.
She really didn't need to feed the fish or the rabbit twice a day. Yeah,
I told her, well, the rabbit, you can feed that rabbit all the time and it'll eat, but you have to cut it off where it'll just eat. But I told her that she didn't have to do that, but she's like, no, it's okay, I already did. I was like, okay, well, if you already did, I'll deal with it later, but I appreciate it. At least you're watching them for me.
True.
You're doing me a favor. So
yeah, they would have made it, but it would have been a little rough. Well, the fish tanks might have been a little bit better.
They're still clear. Everything still looks good. I'm learning to turn off the lights better.
Yeah, keeping the lights off helps. Amazingly. Absolutely tremendous. Mm-hmm. I'm still like, where to start on everything that happened.
Well, we kind of just rambled right through it because we were so excited to talk that we were like, blah, 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 blah. But we did film a video today. It's kind of different than what we've normally done. And my software is... Let's keep your fingers crossed that it doesn't eat my video, because it has tried to eat my video like 3 times. And once it gives you that warning, like you have used your absolute limit of memory, you can click on it, but you can't ever open it. And so I edited it. It was all the days, kind of an inside peek of Aquashella, the fish tube booth, the hotel, and everything. And it was so much footage that I didn't want to cut anything because everything's so cool to look at. But I kind of got lost. So I just spliced it all together and just filmed us watching it and kind of telling you what stories and kind of what's going on. And I'm going to try to drop that into this software. So if you see a video come out tomorrow or Monday, all is well. And I didn't have a freak out. Otherwise, if it's like Wednesday or Thursday, I cried and started over, but I did get it done.
Yeah, if she does get this one out, yeah, do me a favor, share this one. I think it'll be good. I sat through the whole thing and talked with her. So if you can handle my voice for about 40 minutes, then this will be one you might want to check out.
But it was so long. It was like an hour and a half. It was really long, and I cut just the tail, like where it gets all crazy and shaky off of everything. So, and splice it together. It was the first time he had watched it. So I'm hoping I had watched it because I edited it a little bit, but I'm hoping you guys like it and my software likes me because my phone's a little bogged down, and they told me I would never run out of memory at the cell phone store, and I told them I was going to challenge that eventually, and
she did.
I'm starting to challenge it.
Yeah, she's winning.
One of these days I'll get an actual camera, but it's just so much easier right now for me just to film on my phone, and the camera is really good, but we'll see. And then the next video after that will be just coming home, the journey home, the little vlog. I like making those little travel vlogs on the way home and all the craziness. And then we'll get back on track and fish room stuff.
Yeah.
Show you moving the tubs outside. Get you caught back up on that. The pond looked good, but we had to clean out the pump a little bit when we got back because it did get hot. So the algae, they clogged up the pump.
Oh yeah, the algae exploded in the heat while I was gone.
We usually put up a swimming pool for the kids, but when we took it out this year, apparently we had a mouse in the shed, so it ate the swimming pool, and we got scammed when we ordered the other swimming pool, so we don't have a swimming pool. So I took the sunshade and put it over the mosquito fish tub and kind of gave them a shady area, and that's really calmed down that tub. It's a 300-gallon tub with mosquito fish, and it's not as full of algae as it usually is because it's got more direct sun, and it's just got one of those solar bird pumps on it just to kind of circulate the water a little bit. But the White Cloud tub's tucked up against the house, and it's half shade, half light, just depending on it's got more shade time. So we did that. Catch you up on that.
Yeah, John, only a few went live. Yeah, we tried to go live, and that's a story within itself.
I tried. It cut off really abruptly. It was going in and out, but the normal, like, things were starting to slow down at this time at the show. So I was like, this will be a good time. There's not as many people. I can walk around, but the internet kept going in and out, and then it just cut off really abruptly. So I was like, oh no. Oh.
Yeah, we tried to take everybody through the entrance, and that part worked. And then kind of after that, it was I
tried, but I was trying to get everybody to come over and say hi. But I brought my gimbal and the little stand. I was like, I'm going to have the best footage.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Have a good day, bud.
And I went to connect my gimbal, and apparently sometimes you have to update them, and I did not know. I was like, really? So I packed all these mics, all this stuff, and I couldn't use any of it. But the ring light worked great for the fish tube booth and all the pictures. My personal filming equipment, not so much. So it didn't get broken. That's a positive. But I did not get to use it.
It made it as a check bag twice.
Yeah. Because I wasn't brave enough to bring my computer. I don't know. It just makes me nervous to travel with my laptop because I'll never get another one if it gets broken. So, and we packed pretty light this time. We didn't, on the way back, we didn't even carry any. I just had my little bag. We checked in my backpack. Yeah.
Well, again, by that point, we were so done.
We didn't want to do nothing except sit down and eat.
Yeah.
We got some chicken strips and French fries at this little nice place. That was a nice airport, but
Cask and Larder was the name of the restaurant.
Was it?
Yes.
Once we finally found like departing and went through security and did all that and was where we were supposed to be at, we just crashed out.
It was a quaint little restaurant, and it allowed me to sit there and kill time. And the food was, I got a turkey wrap. This is totally off fish subject. Turkey wrap.
It's food. We always talk about food.
Totally off fish, but got a turkey wrap that was absolutely amazing, and it was huge.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and basically vegged out for my time that I had to wait.
I had got all these recommendations for a few other channels that they're not fish related, just to kind of veg out on the airplane, and I didn't download anything because I was like, we had Wi-Fi and they had like this cool app that you could try. It was like GPS for your airplane. You could track they had movies and stuff, so I didn't bother. But I was going to binge on those channels, but on the way back, the Wi-Fi didn't work in the airplane. So I was like, I'm just going to take a nap. So that happened. It was just always
What is
open.
on that is so loud?
That's the air conditioner, darling.
Is that what's kicked on?
That
The pump worked again.
No,
I'm used to it flooding the basement. I'm sorry. That's what
You're like, it's not a bee. That's the air conditioner.
Yeah, that's the pump pumping the water out finally. So I did fix it. Whew, finally. Sorry. I apologize. I haven't heard it in so long. It's actually working.
It is working. That's the reason I stopped carrying the shop vac upstairs. I was like, I'm done. It's fixed enough. I'm over it.
Oh, thank goodness.
But if I was smart, I would have remembered that there's a pump for my dirty fish tank water right behind me, and I could have dumped it in that and pumped it upstairs. But you know what? I had to carry it up the stairs 1,500 times. It's like, why didn't I just dump that in the dirty water?
Yeah, I have an entire waste barrel, and neither one of us thought about it. Geniuses, I know, right?
Do you know how long it took us? We wanted something like, you wanted something from the gas station. I wanted some Red Bulls, and I didn't want to pay like $150 for a can of Red Bull. And we were like, how are we going to leave? How are we going to, no one's here yet. We can't be rude and be like, can you take me to the gas station? And it took us like a day and a half to remember they have Uber Eats here.
Yeah, we're from such a small place that we do not have
I was
that.
like, Jesse, we can bring, they can bring us whatever we want. And so we made it an Uber Eats and I got so many brownie points just because I remembered they probably have something like that here, you know?
Yeah, just a smidge bigger of a place than what I'm used
And
to.
come to find out, the gas station, there was one right across the street. It was only like 5 minutes away. But yeah, so that was that.
Yeah, you did get brownie points for that.
Yeah, I was like, surely there's something. We're in Orlando by Disney. Like, surely there. It took me up.
Well, that tells everybody exactly how far country-ish I am in small town. Yeah, that doesn't occur to me ever to come across my brain.
But you should have seen his eyeballs. We were like this, and I was like, I bet they have Uber Eats here. And he was like, I love you. They probably do.
That was close to a proposal moment.
We almost got married there too, huh?
That was wonderful.
How we fell in love because I remembered about Uber Eats. It was such a romantic story.
Well, sometimes. Hey, Q Aquatics, happy Father's Day.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, shoot.
I'm going to get to see Danikin next month, though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, cichlid show.
I'm getting that 75-gallon ready. So you could be like, I think you should get that one. And I will say, sold.
That's true. We can do that.
And then that will just be my Danikin tank. Everything in there will remind me of you guys. It will be my Danikin tank.
Well, we can do that.
I'm excited. I got my ticket all printed off. It's in a binder already. It's like, I'm ready to go.
Marriage at the Texas show. Oh, it's just what I want to be married. Texas. Well, everything's bigger in Texas, honey.
Yeah. Including the bill for the wedding.
Oh, shoot. That'd be funny. That'd be good.
I say, let's get the marriage. Let's go to the beach again, and let's go get some tattoos. That'd be fun.
Sold. That ultimately, in the long run, folks, I'm going to say yes because that's cheaper.
Yeah, I just want to go to the beach again. I was so close, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get to go. I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. I want to go too. But setting up and helping at the booth, that's like, I like the show. The show's amazing. But there's something about helping set up and like being a part of that just makes my whole day better. I'm like already looking forward to it.
Well, and the other one, just to like shout out to, I still always forget how big and a very large man that he is, Fishy Biz.
Yeah, he's so tall. He's so cool.
When I stand next to him and the top of my head barely hits his shoulder, I'm like, you're a very, very large man.
Yeah, Fishy Biz is the only part of St. Louis that I like. I like Fishy Biz. He's awesome. And that just made it so much better that we were on that stream together. I don't know. It was like us Missouri folk streaming together.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was definitely a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even though I've met him a bunch, every time I see him, I'm still like, oh yeah, you're still okay, all right then.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm a little kid again.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you think I feel?
I don't even know how you feel about that.
You're so tired.
John, fly, get married at SeaWorld. Oh, that'd be another good one. Just a big giant backdrop. That would be fun.
I want to go to Universal Studios, but I'd go there too.
Yeah, again, something else you and him have in common. Universal Studios.
Just so cool. Well, do you want to tell the other exciting part that happened when we were setting up with helping Lucas break down who came up to us?
No, you go ahead.
Well, I had my back turned. I was paying attention. I was helping break down shelves. And I heard, do you want to be in an interview? I was like, sure. And I turned around and it was George from the Coral 12G. He's like, do you want to be interviewed? It's just an audio. It's not visual. I was like, sure. Yeah. Okay. And I was instantly like shaky. I was like, I don't know what he's about to ask, but this is going to be fun. So Jesse came along with us and we got to go to a quiet room. It was all professional and he was asking us questions and I was like this, already nervous and excited. So we were like, we were honest. We loved the show. It was the best part of the year. So we were like, I don't even remember what we said. But when we got done, he was like, that was the best one yet. Good job, guys. I was like, that was awesome.
Hey, T-Bone.
So if you hear my squeaky, high-pitched voice being overly excited about the awesome time I had at Aquashella, that was probably me.
Yeah, I'm assuming he was doing
just stuff for promo. Probably.
A promo for.
I would assume. I don't know.
For Chicago.
I was just honored to be asked. I was like, whether you used it or not, thanks for asking me.
Yeah, I'm assuming he was doing a shot for.
But it was just, like I said, just the audio part. But I was like, man, this is cool.
Oh, yeah.
I just pretend I know what I'm doing on YouTube, but I might eventually get know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do. I think you know what you're doing.
A little bit.
A little bit. Just a tiny little bit.
I need to get better at editing because, like I said, the software that I have is I'm about to hit its limit and it's time to upgrade software. It does okay with the shorter ones, but I've lost 4 videos over the past 3 years and I take a minute to cry. Be like, oh, my hard work is down the drain. I don't know what to do. And then I just put it back together again and hope. And usually it's better the second time around. So, but oh man, at the time he's like, it'll be okay. I'm like, it's just so much work.
Well, and unfortunately, after this is over, then my better half gets to put me to work on the tanks that we are currently trying to block with my body.
This one's the only reason why this is that yellow shrimp tank, the Neo tank, that those yellows do really well and they breed really well. But I think one of the reasons why is because of the algae in there. It's like a mossy algae combo, and
it
they
looks
love
like
it,
grass,
but it looks awful.
but not to a shrimp guy, because I talked to Papa Shrimp, talked
But
to
they
Joe,
love it.
and all those guys say that they leave them like that. They leave them like that. They trim the grass, trim the algae, almost like a carpet.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
They trim it, and the shrimp thrive in it. So it's there's a little aesthetic disconnect on people that like shrimp versus fish, because if you really, really like your shrimp, you're gonna leave it. You're gonna leave it like that.
See, it's not pretty, guys.
If you like your shrimp and they're doing really well, you're gonna leave it like that.
The guys
that is
and
what it's
gals
gonna
out
look
there,
like.
That's not a pretty tank, but the shrimp are doing amazingly well.
Well, don't have too much fun at work. I understand that, Craig. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Sorry about your name. I'm trying to see.
That was so fun, though. I like that.
Oh, and the one little thing, I guess we were at the restaurant and they were running short of the lanyard things, the necklace things, and
mine disappeared.
So we had to get another lanyard they left the badge, which is the most important. That's the keepsake. And I finally got channel stickers. So we had a ScienceGal sticker to put on it. And I was like, this looks so cool. Whoever does the badges for that show, they do a good job. The badges are always really cool. I always like to collect them.
Well, but I got lucky because Zach gave me his lanyard.
From SC Fish Keeping.
Yeah.
It's another one that's an awesome, awesome person.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see everybody. I'm already counting the days. I just want to see everybody again.
Yeah, I could go on and on about.
I have to wait a few more weeks to the end of July to see everybody at the ACA.
That's true. There'll be a lot of people there.
I'm excited. I guess in the last couple minutes, I look forward to sharing the video with you. Hopefully it uploads in the next day or so. Subscribe if you haven't. Like if you would like to. Would you like to say anything?
No, just keep checking everything out. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, everybody that's in here, appreciate it.
It's like a dream come true, and I didn't even know how much I missed everybody. And just being there, like I was telling you guys, like in that video, it's like not an emotional, like sad, but it makes me a little emotional just because I'm so lucky that I get the opportunity to talk to everybody like we do. And I'm just so grateful that I do get to share all this craziness with you guys and gals and everybody. So thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next video and next Sunday's live chat.
Yep. And hopefully I will eventually get to meet everybody one day because I am the face-to-face guy. This to me is very odd.
I'm excited to see Crystal in Chicago.
So I am more than happy to shake hands and bump fists with everybody.
But I'll see you guys soon.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Father's Day. Peace.
Happy Father's Day.